I haven't posted on the channel in over a year. I've gotten some choice comments asking when the next Daily Dose episode is, and while I acknowledge that that's entirely within my control, and I don't ever intend to give in to the whims of random commenters, I do realize it's generally pretty weird when someone goes off the face of a planet for a year straight. But that's just the thing. I've been actively online the whole time, just not so much on YouTube. So where have I been? Anyone who's been around me on Discord already knows this. I have a camp. It's practically all I talk about. It's my golden child magnum opus, at least thus far. Like, I know BFO is what I'm known for, but this is what I sink far, far more time into. Especially in the latest season, where through peculiar circumstances, I ended up competing in my own camp while hosting it. And I didn't want to half-ass either end of the spectrum. I already have the mindset that I, as the host, should put in at least as much effort as I expect the contestants to. That means giving snappy results and eliminations, being diligent on my mechanics, making sure everything stays on a consistent schedule, being quick to give challenges, making mechanics unique, that sort of thing, and more. But I was a contestant as well this season, and while usually being the host gives me the contestant's challenge period as time off, mostly, since I was a contestant as well, that meant I spent 7 days a week participating in my own camp. This is a trap of my own design. I'm not asking for pity for this, and I'm proud of what I made in the process, but it is the biggest factor as to why I've been neglecting basically everything else this last year, especially given the burnout that followed suit, and the fact that I constructed a board game to decide the winner of the season. That also took some time. On that note, the next season is coming relatively soon. If you want to participate in what is, again, basically my pride and joy these days, we're looking for new people. It's a game full of odd rule-changing mechanics, loopholes, structure differences that make parts of it barely resemble an object camp, and a lot of doom. And just between you and me, next season's going to have a lot of contestant slots, so your chances of getting in are pretty high. When BFO started, up until a few months after Holiday ended, I was still a kid. BFO started when I was 14. I am currently 19. I don't make money off of BFO, and quite frankly, since it's just a weird parody thing that I put a rather inconsistent amount of effort into, I don't really want to make money off of it. BFO is a project made out of passion. A passion that's, quite honestly, mostly run out for me. I don't really want to make it when I'm not passionate about it. And if I were to make it into a source of income, let's be real, that's all it would be. An utterly passionless piece of slop. BFO is not cancelled. BFO Daily Dose is not cancelled, and it only has one episode left. And for the few that care about BFOA, it is not cancelled either, and it only has 2 episodes left. I want to make them, and I will make them, but I don't think now is the time. I don't want to force myself to make them, or else they'll probably end up a lot worse than they could be. And obviously I realize it's a bit silly to worry about BFO being worse than it could be. I mean, it's battle for object. But when BFO started, it was just a stupid rambly thing for Domo and I to practice improv and for me to practice Adobe Anime in a low-stakes environment where it didn't matter if it was bad, because it was supposed to be bad. But now, BFO is, by all means, an artwork. Not a high-class, avant-garde, soulful, deep and enriching piece of art. But it's something that has a lot of meaning to me, because it is a reflection of my own experiences with object shows. A cynical one. And maybe way more absurd and immature than it needs to be. But to me, it's a passionate piece of artwork nonetheless. And if a piece of art doesn't have anything at all to say, and it's just existing to bring itself to an ending, is just a poor imitation of what it once was, to pump something out, not to make something good, but just to have it exist for those who want more of what the piece originally was, while flying in the face of all that made the original vision special, appealing to only the lowest common denominator who will take anything as long as it moves and resembles the original thing on the surface, then the art has no good reason to exist at all. And that is why I haven't liked BFDI for the last 5 years. This is a really, really small piece of what I've been doing for the last year, but I'm the new composer for the upcoming Find the Markers update, so if you want to see my music for it, then look at the game when it comes out. I like animating, don't get me wrong, but it's not really where my heart is. If that's what I end up doing for a living, I guess it's not the worst outcome. Same goes for voice acting. But, to be entirely clear, I'm a writer first, an artist second, and everything else comes after that. And when getting an episode out means at least 80% of the production time is spent doing something I'm honestly not really all that into, and another 5% is audio editing, which I liked at first but got really sick of, then of course I don't really want to make the thing. So basically, I don't want to animate BFO right now, which I might return to in the future, but I think the most reliable way for me to make BFO would to get more animators. But it's gotten to the point where I no longer really want it to be a slideshow with talking loops, and I don't want to pay people an exposure if I actually expect them to put an effort, so I can't really get it done unless I have the money to pay people for it, which, at the moment, I don't. Importantly though, I want to make comics. I want to be an artist. I'll give more details when it's due time, but I do have comics I'm working on, and I want to make those into a reality. I really want to make those happen. I hope you guys read them when I do. I have a second channel where I'm not totally inactive. It's inconsistent in both content and schedule. Don't expect total activity there. It's just my dumping grounds for whatever I don't want to put on this channel. So that could be a tutorial first and then a YTP next. It was that. And maybe it will be again. But the point is, even though the stuff there is inconsistent, if all you're looking for is me, then, I'm there. But, well, I do understand that you guys are in it for BFO, not Stingy Genderbone, so there's no reason to stick around there if you don't want to see just random junk. If you have been following my second channel, then you might have seen my cover of Turn the Lights Off by Tally Hall. And between that and me mentioning I'm a composer for Find the Markers, evidently I do music stuff. I want to make an album. I'm working on a bunch of songs. I haven't worked out the details on how and where I'll distribute them, but I want to make this a reality. If you see anything relating to the moniker knoximoron, that's me. I just figured, for anything music related, I'd like to go by a different name than Crispet. I'm excited for this, and I hope I can finish something decently quickly. Funkle Soup. Oh, Funkle Soup. This used to just be the Crispet channel. That's what most of you probably know it as. Since it's been rebranded, 0 episodes of BFO have come out. I'll reiterate to those who haven't seen the post, I am Crispet, the person in charge of the channel, which is Funkle Soup. Crispet is the person, Funkle Soup is the channel. It's like how Jack and Jellyfy is run by Carrie and Michael Huang. They are not Jack and Jellyfy, but they do run Jack and Jellyfy. That being said, I'm going to loosen up on this channel a bit. Initially, I wanted all the non-short uploads during Daily Dose's run to just be Daily Dose. But, as long as that's on hold, that just makes this channel eternally stagnant. I don't have any exact plans for this channel right now. But, under the circumstance that I make something that I really want to share, be it a new show, or a one-off animation, or anything else important to me, I'll put it here. Thanks for sticking with me. And although any comments asking where the next installment in BFO is are excessively obnoxious, I understand the sentiment that it's just people who want to see more of my stuff and don't know how to vocalize it in a polite way. So thank you. I apologize that I haven't done anything here in a year. And since it's purely by my own design, I'm not looking for sympathy, and I don't need to be told to take it easy. I know. And I don't need to be told that you're here for me, because you're not my therapist, and you're not a friend. I am a person on your screen, and you're a person on my screen, and that's okay, and I'd like to keep it that way. I hope that, when it's time for BFO to return, when I am once again inspired to make it, that it comes back brighter and better than ever, rather than feeling like a shell of its initial self. I have enough faith in myself, and those that help with it, that at the very least I can avoid the latter, and I hope that you like what else I make in the meantime. I am not putting myself on the internet for you, but I am putting my art on the internet for you. I am putting my art in the world for you. And I hope you enjoy it.